Yeah, man, I got my own quarantine, so I'm alright. I ain't stressing it too much, you know.
Yeah, are you still? I mean, how are you managing to tick over? I'm speaking to a few fighters over here today. They've got their own way of going about it. Are you doing anything particular to keep yourself ticking over?
Yeah, man. I'm in the back, shooting some deer. You know what I mean? And then, I go to a gym, that private gym. Keep myself a little busy. It's better things to do. Reading a little more. But yeah, man. I mean, really, I ain't really changing too much in my daily routine. Because I'm not the kind of person who would be around too much of a crowd anyway. So.
Did you say?
Same shit different day.
Did you say you were out back shooting deer?
Yeah. I got a lot of acres. I'm in the back just carving at some deers. You know what I mean? I imagine Eddie Hearn had his own one, and AJ had another one. I'm just pinning the tail on the donkey.
Yeah, so I just wanted to I'll just start from just to find out a little bit more about you as a person. When I spoke to Paulie Malignaggi a few months ago, Paulie said to me that the accent of New York is changing. Do you feel that as well? It's quite different from what it was years ago?
It depends. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. You know what I mean? I mean, New York in general has changed a lot. It's a lot more commercial. But, I mean, certain parts of Brooklyn or New York is still, how we would say, ratchet. It's still New York, But there's certain parts that used to be, dangerous or known for being what we would call it the ghetto. It's definitely changed, you know what I mean? But it's more personalities than before, that's for sure.
So talk to me a little bit about what it was like growing up and some of the challenges you faced.
Repeat again, I'm sorry.
Tell us a little bit about what New York used to be like, and just a little bit about yourself and growing up, and maybe some of the challenges that you faced.
Oh man, I mean, New York is, it's a lot of ghettos and hoods across America were, very similar. Not having enough sometimes food to go around, not enough resources to go around, and your parents, make the best that they can do. I moved out when I was 17, and I was an amateur kickboxer at the time, and I had to jump the train style every day to get to the boxing gym. I had to do a little couple things that wasn't the most legal way of trying to make money to survive. But thank God I kept with it, and I was able to just focus on the strictly boxing. But, every day is always a grind. Every day is always a hustle. There's always obstacles. It's never always. I've never had anybody to come to my savior, or it's always been me. You know what I mean? And thank God I do have a mother that's very faithful and always, try to do her best by me. And if I was stuck in the mud, my mom would find some kind of way to also help me out at times. And I have some friends in the streets that, that understand that what I was trying to do was bigger than hanging out in a corner. And, they always try to push me off the corners or, don't let me hang out on the streets, So, I mean, I definitely have some good friends. I definitely have some good family members that kind of seen where I wanted to go, and still believe me to this day. So that's always kind of kept me kind of level-headed to a point to where I know, listen, there's no quit. No matter what I do, there's no turning back, So I always tell myself it's two things, man. It's either jail, death, or become a world champ. You know what I mean? And I have that same mentality today. That, listen, man, it got to work, and it's going to work, So, everybody's going to be faced with obstacles, People say it's like the same story, but in different colors sometimes, depending on what part of the world you're at. So I don't try to make my life seem harder than anybody else. But I know a lot of people in this boxing game as a heavyweight ain't built like me or been through what I've been through. So that's how I know I'm just mentally built differently than a lot of these guys. So, that's it, man. You got to keep your head up and keep it moving, because there ain't never going to be a sunny day for 7 days in a row.
It's quite interesting what you said there about the fact that there was no saviour for you. Do you kind of feel that you are sort of alone against the world in a way, or?
Oh yeah, for sure. Always been that way. I mean, you gotta understand the way how I became a heavyweight boxer from the amateurs to the pros. was like, it's unheard of. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have, I got kicked out of Golden Gloves because I had a professional kickboxing fight. Then I ended up firing, getting rid of my first promoter. I've been through 5 managers. It's always, my last manager was good though. Watchman and them out of UK. They're really good guys. Dean and Damon's a great team. I'm still working with them on some marketing things that when I make my return. But I've always had to learn and transition between managers and dealing with promoters and just different people because, boxing is, everybody has a different temperature and understanding who you're working with and what people are about, but I had to do that on my own. There's nobody really give me a guideline in figuring things out. So like I said, my route to the top is very orthodox, and it's different. You know what I mean? If you told some people 10 years ago, or even 15 years ago, they'd be like, he's not going to become world champ. He's not going to do this, and I've been on the odds ready. If it wasn't for some, horrible information, I'd have been world champ right now. But it is what it is, and I may do with it. And I think anybody in the world has to understand that nothing is going to go 100% sometimes. And it's how you as a human being and a person is going to deal with adversity and man up about it. I'm the quickest one to tell my son, if you make a mistake in life, you man up, you own up to it, and you deal with it, and you keep coming forward. Because, like I said, no one's perfect. Nobody's Mother Teresa. Ain't nobody Jesus. You know what I mean? So ain't nobody Moses out here. We were all fall short from God's grace, and the whole thing is about proving to ourselves we can do right and be honest with ourselves. That's what I always live by, man. Doing the right thing, being a man about it, and earning what's yours.
When you were coming up, kind of under the radar, and you saw Deontay going out to Beijing, going to these elite, centers for excellence, how did that make you feel?
I didn't really feel no way about it because at that time I was, standing out kickboxing amateur, and I always knew eventually that I would move and transition into boxing. But him getting to where he got to with a minimum amount of fights, and I think it was cool. I never hated a man for his accomplishments because in the amateurs, he had to kind of earn that. It's just that when you got to Olympics, of course, it's kind of like randomly getting certain brackets that will get you to a fight. And he won those. You know what I'm trying to say? He did what he had to do to get a bronze medal. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna knock him for that. It's not like AJ. When you see AJ fight the Olympics and you really start counting the points, he lost 2 of those 3 fights in the Olympics where they gave him a win. And if you count by any standards, he lost those fights. But him being from London and fighting in London for the Olympics, they kind of favoritism a little bit. You know what I mean? And that's just fact. So you always gotta look at the outside and the inside and do a calculation, and then you can see why certain people win and why certain people don't. And politics play a big part in the sport of boxing. And sometimes you got to understand that. But for me, it's hard for me to play politics sometimes because I speak out against certain things. So sometimes you try to paint me as the bad guy. When really I'm just trying to spit education. You know what I mean? So you guys can look at it like, you got to look at it from your point of view sometimes. So don't take everybody's word for it.
Well, one question I was going to ask you, just to go off in another direction quickly. On your Instagram, it says say hello to the bad guy. Do you like being the pantomime bad guy?
Well, I'll put it like this, man. I've always tried to be somebody where I would look up to. But what I've learned is when you understand where the bad guy's coming from, then you understand life, because nobody on the top of their game is really the good guy. They might look at the model and say something like that, but there's always something going on. And where I come from, 80% of the time the villain always wins. Because when you do everything by the book, right, you leave your hands tied. You have to be the kind of person that sees outside the box. Think outside the box. If multi-millionaires and billionaires play by all the rules and play inside the box, they want to be where they're at. So, even with some of these promoters like Eddie Hearn, they say crazy, outrageous things, or they don't play by the rules all the time. That's a point. That's a fact. So you got to understand. You got to think your demographic in the game, understand where you're at in your position, and you got to think outside the box to better off yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. That's for anything in life. So that's what I take.
Talk to me a little bit more about thinking outside the box. Like, how do you get ahead of the game?
Man, hard work is number one. There's no shortcuts in this shit. And I mean, as much people want to say there's no shortcuts in this hard work, really doing your homework. And sometimes you're gonna get lazy and you don't do your homework, and that's what's gonna cost you, like it did for me. And I think the main thing is asking a ton load of questions. Be careful of who you surround yourself with and who you're dealing with. Being 100% genuine and honest with yourself and your mistakes and how to get better and be better. Knowing when to move from certain situations to the next. And always try to put yourself in a positive frame of mind, because negativity only draws negativity. And the more you're around negative people, negative energy, and a negative mindset, it's only going to bring you down. So no matter what you're going through, if you got $1 in your pocket and one order of fish and chips in your kitchen, and you're going to a whole week to eat, you got to think about the positive. I might not have a week, but I got 2 days. So these next 2 days, I got to go hard and figure it out. Sometimes we get ahead of ourselves and we bring ourselves down because we're not where we want to be in life. But we still got air in our lungs. And that's how I look at it. Like, listen, if I got to a position one time, really by myself, I know I can do it again. You know what I mean? That's the skills and me talking shit got me there. So that's the main thing, man, is really trying to stay positive, because a lot of people talk about motivation, and motivation is definitely part of it. But really thinking positive is the main part, because when positivity is going to bring good energy, and everything else is going to come around from it.
Absolutely. You mentioned there about the mindset. 2019, going into the AJ fight, just talk to me. Also, I just want to be very clear. I'm not here to try and get you to admit anything or to trip anybody up. I'm just asking direct questions. What was your mindset like? Because you mentioned there it can be difficult to, not be in a positive mindset.
Yeah. Wait, you mean now or before?
So leading into June last year.
Yeah. So, like I said, there's a lot of things going on with injuries from the year before that, in 2018, when I fought Morris Watt. Almost 90% everybody on my team knew about it. Matchroom team knew about it, and there's a lot of things in the way how the fight even came to be that the fight wasn't supposed to happen in September, and I had planned surgery in February. That was already on the books, and we had a fight lined up for November, which is Bogan Dinu, and again for January. And they were talking about the AJ fight for September. So I told Eddie, my main thing right now is to have this one more fight, like you said, in January. And that's around November time. And in February, I went to have surgery on my elbow. And then from there, we could talk about the AJ fight, And then I thought, no problem, everything might next year. And I had a proper conversation with them, and I just said, listen, my contract is up with Dimitri. As you know, me and Dimitri's leader, we're on best of terms. We went to court and lawsuits twice. He just doesn't do the best thing by the fighters. He's more about himself. And I had enough of it. I wanted my way out, and I was open with Eddie. I said, listen, this contract is going to expire June 1st. After that, I'll be all Matchroom and Eddie Hearn the zone. I just wanted to not fight AJ until after June 1st to figure this out. And little did I don't know what conversations were said and had after I knocked out Bogan Dinu. After him saying I want to fight AJ in September, he's talking about fighting AJ early summertime. And of course, the exact date of when my contract is up with Dimitri Salita and I'd be a free agent, he's talking about fighting AJ on June 1st, after we had this conversation. So it's a lot of fishy maneuvering and stuff that I didn't like, but I try to stay positive with it. And that's when my fight for January got pulled off, and we were going to train all the way from January to June to get ready for AJ. But I was still dealing with a recurring issue and an injury on my elbow, and dealing with VADA and going to their specialists and doctors and dealing with, like I said, I was just seeing 2 different specialists and a psychiatrist that VADA had wanted me to go see to make sure that whatever I was taking or whatever I was going to do was part of the protocol. So like I tell people, when they get the wrong information, they make, and nobody does their homework on it, it makes the fighter look bad. And that's the reason why I had a problem with Eddie not really talking to me, because Eddie just went out to the media and started running his mouth instead of having a conversation with me like a man and really figure out where it went wrong. So that's the reason why I didn't really get mad at first. I kind of told it to myself and said, I'm going to deal with it, and when the time is right, I'll speak about it. But like I said before, it was an injury that I had for a long time, and I just want to be 100% for the fight. I don't care what nobody said. I want to be 100%. I want to be 100% healthy. So we look at our alternatives and getting things done, and one thing happened to another. When I was seeing one of their doctors, by the time I got the sign-off to do certain things towards my injury, I took a stem cell shot that was known to healing properties to it. They were very strong, and that's when we had the positive test for those components. But like I said, a week before that, I passed. I was a clean guy, and I begged for the third test. I was the one that begged for the third test with the other drugs compounds that came out. And that's when that stuff came out, and that's when I came. I said, you know what? This is what this came from, and this is where I got it from. And, it was a big misunderstanding, but people on my team will understand that. People that I talked to, and I told them, I said, this is where it's from. They understand that. But when you don't have a conversation with somebody and they go straight to the camera, like what Eddie did, it's bad. It's bad. It makes the fire look bad. You know what I mean? And that Primo looks ignorant about it. But like I said, I'm a man of my word, and I said, listen, it's my mistake at the end of the day. And, become a better person from it. But at the end of the day, you still got to be positive. You still got to be positive, and you still got to look in the better direction. I'm still undefeated. I've been off for a year already. I'm in the gym training, and I'm just waiting to come back. The division's kind of cleared out. We have AJ and we have Tyson Fury. So.
No, absolutely. And just because I don't want anything to get lost in translation there, just to be very clear, you felt the failed test was because it was the stem cell stack. Is that what you said?
Correct.
Okay, and that was to do with the elbow.
Correct. So left elbow. Correct.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So yeah, I guess, and then just talk to me like when you get this news, when you hear that the biggest fight of your life is off. Just tell me about the emotions, because I don't think anyone's really told your side of the story.
Nah, most definitely not. But like I said, sometimes when you know the truth, man, it don't even make no sense sometimes to even say it, because you have people that have a bigger following than me that's gonna put their twist on the story. You know what I mean? And that's what Eddie did with Matchroom. He was in a lot of fire with the zone for it. So I was the scapegoat. You know what I mean? So, any big business or any corporation, they're always finding a scapegoat. So why not blame it on the big brash American, make him look at the bad guy, and he's running for the clear. And then you got a month and a half later, Dylan White gets cracked or something, and everybody asks for the B sample, and all of a sudden disappears. You know what I mean? So once people understand and really sit down and don't be ignorant and do their homework and get to the bottom of the questions that they really want to answer, instead of listening to the person that's being the loudest, doing all the interviews, and just kind of clustering everything that I'm saying, of course you're going to listen to him. That's because that's what you're seeing more of. You're not seeing what's really on the table. But it was heartbroken. It was heartbroken when I first got the information. You know what I mean? And I called VADA, I called the doctors, and I'm like, listen, this is what's going on, and we got bottom to it. I'm clear to air with VADA. We sent emails every month trying to make sure when I get back to fighting that we know we're all on the same page. We'll never have this mistake again. And they can tell you, I was very vocal through my whole camp. Like, this is what I'm doing. I sent all my supplements. So I even they were kind of shocked because I was so vocal on making sure doing the right thing, But that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, and I take it as a learning experience, and it taught me a lot about myself, people that I have around me.
Talk to me about that. What did you learn about yourself and the people around you? Just get a little bit more on that, please.
Yeah, I always say when you win it, everybody loves a winner and nobody loves a loser. Physically, I never lost a fight, but money-wise, I lost the opportunity. You know what I mean? And then, I'm like, my circle was never big, but certain people call you and check on you, and that doesn't happen anymore. Certain other athletes in the boxing game are using my name as I guess something for a highlight for an interview, something to make you talk about, and he's like, damn, I just talked to this guy, like, that's how he's coming out, like, so there's very few fighters that I honestly respected and even fear down. And what I learned about it too, especially how I grew up, is if you can't say it to my face, I know you're a punk. You know what I mean? You didn't even say that at all. And 99.9% of these people that you see in the boxing world would never even look my way in the beginning, much less even say anything to my face. So that knows me what kind of person, what kind of character they are.
Who specifically is that aimed at?
I mean, there's a lot of fighters that were talking junk. You know what I mean? I can't. There were other interviews, whether it be Andre Ward, Eddie Hearn, Billy Joe Saunders, that he got popped at, the guy that got knocked out by Usyk,
Tony Bellew,
England, Tony Bellew, you know, whether it be Deontay. I mean, a lot of fighters were running their mouth and don't know about the situation. Even Deontay was running his mouth, and his brother had got popped for something. You know what I mean? So like I said before, I don't ever jump to conclusions. I said, we got to do our homework. Even when Dylan White got in trouble, I said, yo, don't jump to conclusions. We got to do our homework. You know what I mean? So, like I said that before, you know, I say certain things to get an edge out of somebody because I'm fighting. If I'm not fighting, 80% of the time, I'm be talking about you. You know what I'm trying to say? So, people get the concept of going to war, being at war, and just talking straight bullshit. 90% of these fighters are talking straight bullshit, and they have no structure in what they're saying. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. When I spoke to Eddie, probably maybe 4 or 5 months ago now, he said never say never with working with Jarrell again. I mean, what's the current situation? I know you're obviously with Bob now, but do you rule out ever working with Eddie again?
No. Like I said, once the heavyweights still have a belt or a title, you know what I mean, people going to still come to him. And I mean, if AJ didn't have that belt, then I don't think nobody going to run, not really quick to knock on Eddie Hearn's door. You know, and you understand that. And other people from the zone that write me messages and hey, keep your head up, stay positive. We'd love to see you again. You know what I mean? So, and if Eddie Hearn said go to total opposite direction, you know, it's mixed messages. You know what I'm trying to say? Because what Eddie put on camera, he never said that to my face. You know what I'm trying to say? And then that kind of makes you think about the whole Eddie Hearn and Deontay Wilder AJ fight, because he said one thing, and he said that Deontay and Al Haymond's running.